Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when and where you're viewing this. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. Thank you for joining me again today. Hey, what have I told you? What have I told you? Hey, if you're following other people in the crypto space and they're telling you we might go up, we might go down, well, you're listening to the wrong people because I told you the better chance is that we go down. The path of least resistance is down. Let's look at what I said a few days ago. Let's look.
It's on YouTube. And every single last one of them at that time, at that point, every single last one of them, I have a video of it, was telling you we were going to 30,000, 35,000 higher. And I told you we were at resistance. I was clear. We were going back down. And in fact, I said if we break below this blue line right here, we're going to visit the red line at 20,000. I was clear. I said that several times on my videos. Go back and watch. And what happened? We broke the blue line, and now we're at the red line, this lower red line. And where does that come from? We know where this upper red line comes from. It's proven. It's a proven pivot point between resistance and support going back well over a year, almost 2 years at this point. Where does this lower red line come from? Well, after we crashed down after Terra Luna, we set our lows right here at 18.9. That's where the candle closed. We wigged down to what, 17.5, something like that. But that was our low. Then we set a higher low. Then we set another higher low. And I said we're going to come back down and visit it. And here we are. But we didn't hold it. And now what's happening, right? Are you surprised it's acting as resistance? We're still. Now we've got another line of resistance, right? Another line of resistance. So, as I've been telling you for months at this point, the path of least resistance right now is lower. I think we're going back down to that blue line, and I've said it before. It hasn't happened yet. I think we're coming back down to this blue line at 18.9 approximately, and that comes from the candle close at our lowest this summer, right? After the Terra Luna dump. We closed at 18.9. That might not hold either. I think it might offer some support, but I'm not saying it's going to hold. Popular people in the crypto.
So, what happened today? We went to that blue line. And like I said, I'm not convinced it's going to hold. It didn't hold. I've been nailing every single call on Bitcoin since I started this channel. If you appreciate that, do me a favor, right? Do me a favor. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, share this video, because people deserve to hear alternative voices out there in the crypto space, other than these people who are continually trying to get you to go to their link, advance your crypto to an exchange so you can trade on leverage and get hosed, right? I've been telling you for months that there's significant resistance above us. Don't be long in that resistance. In fact, I think we're going down. We're going to hit that red line first. We hit the red line. I said we probably hover around that red line. If you go back and watch some of those videos, I thought above it, well, we hovered just below it. It was resistance. We couldn't get above it again. So then I told you just a few days ago, we're going to the blue line. And what happened today? Let's look. Where are we? I don't even know where we're at on this chart. Where is it? Man, there it is. It took a second to pop up. But what are we on? Look at the blue line. We're hovering right at the blue line. I said it would offer some support. Well, we broke below it. And now the blue line is acting as resistance. How many resistance lines do we have above us? Right? Every single one we break below, it's going to be that much tougher to get back above. So now let's count up these resistance lines we have. The strongest one that I've been telling you for months, ever since we broke down below we hovered on it for over a month. When I started my channel, back here, I was telling you about this red line almost from the day one I started my channel. Said it's going to be support. I was hoping it wouldn't break. I was even thinking it wasn't going to break, but it broke. Terra Luna, whatever. All these other bankruptcies, Celsius, Voyager, right? All of them. They sunk us. But ever since we broke below, I told you this upper red line is going to be resistance. And then we broke below this first blue line. which is, that's not strong resistance, but oh well, it's resistance still. But now it doesn't even matter because this upper red line is going to be below the blue line. So, but this red line that was our first low of the summer, right? That was this ascending red line that offered us, that I just talked about in that prior video from a few days ago. Support there, support there, support there. Now that is resistance. Look, we broke below it, and what happened? We couldn't get above it. It was resistance. And now the blue line, which represents the daily candle closes for the summer, the lowest we were at 17.5. Or no, I'm sorry, 18.9. 18.9, right? We wicked down to 17.5. 18.9. Now we've closed below that. And now that's potentially resistance. This does not bode well. This does not bode well. Every time we break below one of these resistance levels or support levels and then they act as resistance, that adds maybe another month, maybe another 2 months to this bear market that we're going to experience. Again, do not get excited about Bitcoin until we get above that upper red line. This red line right here, this descending red line. We need to get above it. Why? We've talked about this multiple times on this channel. Look at this. Let's shrink this up. Let's go back to almost 2 years now. Shrink, shrink, shrink. Look at this. Look at this. How this red line, focus on that middle red line. Look at, ever since we broke above it for the first time back here in February of 2021, right? It was served as, after we broke above it, we came back down and it was resistance here. Then it was support. Then it was support. We broke below it last summer. Remember last summer we were in the doldrums for like 3 months. And then after we exited that, right? We had that middle red line, resistance. We broke up, came back down, tested it as support. Went up to our all-time high at 69,000, right? Then after that, came back down, support. Then earlier this summer, May and June, support. Well, now that red line is going to be resistance. And I hate to even bring this up. Do you want to see the worst case scenario? The absolute worst case scenario? It's that lower red line. Did you see it? Did you see it? When we shrunk the chart up, look at this. Look at this lower red line. When we first started moving up from 9,000 to our first high of 64,000, when we first got up to this level right here, back in January of 2021, right? That red line, resistance. We got rejected. We came back down and broke above it. Then after we went to 64,000, the first time we got up to the 60,000s, right? We went down. But look at this. Look at this. For 3 months, that red line served as support. Now, look at that. Look at how beautiful that red line served as support all summer last summer. Look at that. How beautiful that is. Look at that. And if the first time it served as resistance, look at that. Back in January of 2021. That's not a coincidence that it was initial resistance. We got rejected. And then when we came back down, all of a sudden now that line is support. Well, what if we extend that out to where we're at right now? Keep an eye on that bottom red line. That bottom red line. Look at this. Could we go down there? Right now, if we were to go down there tomorrow, it's at 7,000 approximately. $7,000. Is that a possibility? I tend to think not. I tend to think not. But who knows, right? Who knows? I've been telling you there's only one time I'll get excited about Bitcoin. And I'll repeat it every day until it happens, right? And let's look at it. I will get back into Bitcoin because I don't have any Bitcoin, right? I got out. And good decision. Good decision. But the only time I'll get excited about Bitcoin is we get above this red line again. It's a middle red line when we shrunk it down, but this red line in the middle of our chart right here, the descending red line, we get above that line, right? Right now, if we were to go up there today, where are we at today? Right here. So if we get up there today, it's about what? 23,200 somewhere. We have to get above that line. And it's descending. So every day it goes down a little bit. We have to get above that red line. Hold it. Hold it for a month. 2 months, probably. Eventually, right? Don't get excited when we first go above it, because we will come back down and test it as support. And if it holds as support and we bounce off of it, then you can get excited about Bitcoin. But now I'm starting to think there's a second scenario where I'll get excited about Bitcoin. And that's if we have just a crazy wick or a crazy drop down to this lower red line. I mean, never say never, right? Never say never. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we could go down. I think we could go down lower. We could go down to the lower wicks of where we were this summer, 17.5. We could go lower than that. Can we get down to 7,000? I tend to think not, but it's a possibility, right? You can never say never. I'm not calling for 7,000, and it will be just disaster. Crypto, it will be disastrous for crypto if it goes to 7,000. But if it does, I'm putting some buy orders in down there. Right now, I'm putting some buy orders in at 7, just in case. Just in case. I took a 50%. This channel, right? We talked about in Ethereum. We took a 50% profit versus Bitcoin. Bitcoin was going up during that period, right? Bitcoin is going up against the US dollar. Ethereum went up 50% more. We killed it. And I'm still sitting on the sidelines with that. Made a nice chunk of change. So, and ever since then, right, the crypto's been going down. Bitcoin more than Ethereum. Bitcoin more than Cardano. And you know, on this channel, we're out of Bitcoin. We're in Cardano. We're in Ethereum. We're in a couple other alts that are still winning against Bitcoin. So if you appreciate the fact that we're not getting beat up like everybody else in the crypto space, we're doing better. If you appreciate that, give me a like, give me a subscribe. So let's check out our portfolio, right? I've been telling you since day one on this channel, 18 weeks now. Any new money right now put into Ethereum or into Cardano will beat Ethereum and Bitcoin by the end of the year, a year from now, 5 years from now. Any new money put into Ethereum right now will beat Bitcoin by those same time frames. And how do we measure that? I prove it to you, right? I prove it to you. We collect data. We're dollar cost averaging every week, $100 each week into those 3 cryptos to prove to you my hypothesis. I just don't say something and then let you figure out whether I'm telling the truth or not. I prove it to you. I come on this channel daily and prove it to you. I'm not one of these people that was a couple weeks ago was telling you Bitcoin was going to 28,000, 30,000, 35,000. In fact, I was telling you the opposite. We're at resistance. Don't go long. Don't follow these yahoos into some long at resistance. I told you we were at resistance. I told you the more likely path is down, and here we are. Right? So here's the proof. $100 every week. We've been doing it 18 weeks. How is our hypothesis proving out? ADA and Ethereum are already beating Bitcoin, and it's not the end of the year. Ethereum is up more than ADA. I still think ADA is going to pass Ethereum. ADA is closer to Ethereum than Bitcoin is to ADA. Notice that, right? We put $1,800 into each of these. They're all losing against the US dollar. Ethereum's only losing $9, right? Pretty much even against US dollar because we put $1,800 into each of these. ADA's down 160. Look at freaking Bitcoin down $360. $360. It's getting crushed. So look at that. Ethereum is back to even against the US dollar. But my point is, right, we have nailed every prediction on this channel. We've nailed it. Do me a favor, right? I need some motivation to keep making videos because despite the fact that I'm killing it on this channel, despite the fact that I've been more right than anybody else I've watched on crypto YouTube, on crypto Twitter, I don't have the following. I need your help to get that following up, to share this journey, right? Because one day it will turn around. And we need some cred when it does because, you know what? I have a feeling we're going to nail the move up too. We're going to nail it. But right now, Bitcoin, the path of least resistance is lower, right? I still think the path of least resistance is lower. Let's see if we can finish today above that blue line, right? We turn a little bit of green right there, right? But we're still below that blue line, it looks like, if you expand this out. And again, these blue lines, these trend lines, you can't say that, you can't treat them as to the penny lines, right? They're ranges. You got to, that's one of the most important things I can ever tell you is they're ranges, right? Think of them as a $100 range up and down, because they're never going to be perfect. That's the Coinbase chart. But if you go to, Binance or Bitfinex or whatever other exchange, they're going to have a little bit of different dollar figure if you draw those trend lines, right? So you got to look at them as ranges. But let's see if we can get some positivity going here in the crypto space. I tend to think the path of least resistance is still lower. Whether that brings us to 17.5, our low over the summer, I don't know. It's nearly impossible to call the bottom. That's what I will tell you. Dollar cost averaging is your best path forward, whether that is in Bitcoin or ADA or Ethereum. I'm choosing ADA and Ethereum, and frankly, we're right. We are right, and we're proving it. For 18 weeks, we proved it on this channel. So do me a favor. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe. That's all I have for you today. Right? Do me a favor. Give me a like. Give me a subscribe, because we're killing it. My name is Mike. I am the Crypto Liberal. Hope you have a great night. Ban the guns.